Aha! I remembered to turn it back on. Hello, folks. Let's do some things. This trap is not too hard to spot, once you know what to look for. Keeping it hidden has not been a priority for the cryptozoologist. Look around. Behind you, the ruins of a residential building rise over the reeds, shielding them from the wind. The reeds rustle confidently. When this district was booming, the reeds were kept at bay. Nothing obscured the freshly painted facades, nowhere for drunks and adventurous teenagers to hide. Now only the wind blows. Reach for the trap. Nope, nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity. Empty as all of them. One more of these, and we're done. His face is red from the cold sea air. He crouches to catch his breath. Getting tired? No, I'm fine. I didn't mean to complain. It's just... He's short-winded. The sentence ends there. Alright. What are you? The boathouse is shaddily constructed. A strong breeze might blow it over. The change is mine. Can we get up here? Ooh, that might be important. What are you? Ancient paint is peeling off the roof of this shaded bench, covered in rust. And you? The sign says, Entrée interdite. An old ticket taker booth, no longer in operation. People paid money to park here? Nobody would pay now. All right, what's over here? Huh. There we go. Yeah. I will have my bottles, please. I will have my bottles, please. And a change is gonna come. The door is not only barred shut, it is inaccessible. Oh, a fallen hat. +2 logic. -1 perception, and we've got a lot of pluses to perception. A door, a building, a hiding place. Could the instigator be inside? There's no way the perp is in here, officer. I'm sorry. There's no way the perp is in here, officer. Look how scarred the boards are. All attempts to pry them off have failed. Can I try to get in, though? Not this time. The opposition is insurmountable. But I like the spirit. Have some points. It's cold and lonely out here without points. And dangerous. Dangerous, too. Kim, do you think she's in here? The suspect. God, I hope not. I can't see a way in. He inspects the bars, though many have tried. Nothing to do here. Psh, that's a jetpack. Shh. Okay. Ah, you thought you were getting away? All right. I don't know what this building is, other than old as heck. So what's this? As if it doesn't tell the tale already. A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other. Look, Kim, even more bullet holes. Something has definitely gone down here. Correct. The density of the bullet holes is unusual, even in a general average bullet hole frequency in Martinet sense. Grim affairs. Meaning, this is a lot of bullet holes. He brushes the wall with his hand. Looks like fully automatic rifle fire. Something you don't see these days. Why not? The manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution. The destructive power of such tools proved to be too much. We do need to retain some humanity in this world. Why are there this many? A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall. There are many of them, a dozen at least, their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. It's quiet. No sound, no movement. 10 meters away, other shades are lined up in an orderly manner, automatic rifles primed. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. My computer makes unusual notification sounds that I need to disable. A single person stands on the side. The sun blazes up high in the sky, baking the planks, the sand, your skin. The order was carried out in the afternoon. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains. What is this? The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they didn't use a conscience round where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. Looks like this was a mass execution with everyone fully armed. Cripes, look at the people. A host of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting, as is common practice for executions in some nations, as demonstrated by the height level of the bullet holes. They stand facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality or background. Ordinary people, familiar, each and every one of them. Who were they? Leeches, fleas, and thieves. All the freeloader scum, living off the hard work of others. Such is your belief. Whoa! And, so there are hints in the game and some outright statements that remind you that the Revachol Citizens Militia was essentially born out of the remains of the communist forces in the revolution, and it just never really directly addressed. That is the most direct statement you're going to get on the matter, at least as far as emotive statements goes. You'll find someone else who will directly say, oh yeah, this is how that happened. That, from your esprit de corps, is as visceral as that response gets. Look at the line of soldiers. 7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles aimed at the people. Soldiers from some side, but from which one? How about the person on the side? The commandant, the one who gives the order. Machine gun fire crackling through the air, the lights of the muzzle flashes dancing on his face. Kim, who was who in this shooting? I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communards, put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces. It could have even been the employees of the failed R&D center down the coast, as their building was taken over by the revolutionaries. Or maybe... What about coalition members, the so-called moralists? Yeah, it's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was the commandant, the superior giving the orders. Yeah. Bye! A cold sea wind blows away the figures. Behind this building, the other one, once filled with the engineers and designers of Feld Electric, now collapsed and dead. But for some rats, you feel drawn, for some reason, to the faded mural again. I haven't even talked to the man in front of that mural yet. Hey, let me over. Is that Land's End here too, I guess? Yeah, I guess so. Alright, don't really want to start the church subplot yet. A full subplot? Yes. Yes, indeed. Can I not? Okay. Hey, I shift... Whatever. Why did I lose control of you for a minute there? Why? Alright. Alright. Harry. There we go. I now am using WASD. I control the horizontal and the vertical in stupid ways. Whee! Oh my gosh. I'm too sexy for my tar. Too sexy for my plastic bag. Yeah, it hurts. This is the last of the traps, the one Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality. Look around. The reeds by the now abandoned campsite sway and tremble while the snow falls all around. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand, the fire that's gone out. You feel strange somehow. Reach for the trap. The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here. Ah, no locusts. No phasmid either, but still... Look, don't yell. Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there. I just see an empty trap. The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others, like someone or something picked up the trap and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground. I do get the feeling someone or something may have messed with the trap. Perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist, or someone else is sabotaging them. I could present more theories, but then I would be taking this on as a case, which I am not. Yeah, you're right, but they still need to know, okay? But after that, we get back to our own assignments. We've done a thorough study of the coast now. Just running around is no longer useful. A cold gust of air dries your sweaty face. You look to the dark shadow the felled building is in the distance, drawing you to it. What a strange sensation. Once this is done, should you ask to try again? Try to ask again? Well, we haven't even asked that mural anything. We don't know that there's a mural. Come on, game. Hey, why can't I run anymore? Oh my gosh, was that the real answer? It might be. Okay, I hit caps lock. That's why I couldn't run anymore. Because... well, I thought shift affected it. So then why does... Folks, I don't know what I'm doing. Have I ever? I don't know anymore. Yeah, that mural. Yeah, those people. We're not talking to them. Are you certain that we do not have to? Oh, well, we do have to. Oh, we do have to. Alright, next. I said I wasn't gonna do this today. Alright, 647. 1847, whatever you want to call it. Both are reasonably accurate. I know, I was there. That's Lily's. The washerwoman. We have not made money today. Ah! Catch you tying off your boat.
I'll just keep the cordially in the channel if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier.
She winds the mooring line around a post.
Aye, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way. Of course, jetty. I prefer a good jetty to appear any day. Jetty.
Ah, thank you for being part of the jet set, Joyce. Hello, ma'am!
Detectives.
She fastens the end of the line around the post and straightens her back.
Good to see you here. I only just arrived myself.
What brings you here, madame?
Nothing really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now. So I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
And why might that be? Well, no reason. No reason. That, and she's also keeping an eye on you. Have you been spying on us?
It has such a negative connotation.
Oh.
I did track your progress along the coast, however, and decided I would be better able to assist you from here. Then there's the matter of that little scamp in old lady clothes. She threatened to paint the cordially red, like blood, you see. Well, I like it the way it is. White.
What is this? Destruction of property? Hooliganism? Elder abuse? Leave it be.
No matter. Lillian and I are getting on much better. For one, she appreciates the concepts of rent.
So how do you like it here?
How do I like it?
She casts her gaze towards the village, slush melting on the cinder blocks, construction work left half-finished 10 years ago. Water drips down eaves of eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune. Feet? Wow, okay. Whew, I've had a week, folks. I'm not gonna get into it on camera. We'll just say, I've had a long week, okay? The smell of salt and dog shit in the background.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there?
She squints her eyes at nothing in particular.
The woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will. You should ask your questions while you can.
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull gray metal rests in her scabbard. A sword. The wind is too loud for her to hear.
For you, madame. The RCM is on the scene.
All right, politics time. Let's react. Real men, real politics, real thoughts in your head. For once, I can't really decipher what is what. I'm pretty sure this is the liberal dialogue, and I'm probably just going to choose it for the money. You're in no danger. The working class have no idea what's happening to them. That they don't. She leans against the railing, looking up at the cold gray sky. Above you there forms a quilt of altocumulus clouds twisting into each other. The wind tugs and stretches them over the bay. Their cloud shadows slide over the ruins of Revachol West. Wherever they pass, the temperature drops, slightly, but perceptibly. Have I told you how they discovered this place? The wind picks up. Her raincoat flaps in the gust. This fishing village? No. The Insulindian Isola? No. You haven't told me. Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty. Oblivion, that's so me. I knew you would sympathize. Most Revacholians will never know what this place means, our home, this island of matter, or why they were ferried over in the first place. Remind me to tell you one day. She corrects the scarf around her neck. For now, how can I assist you in this new location? Tell me now, we have time. Do we? He glances at his watch. Doesn't look like he does. I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit. This is cause for cautious optimism. I would not want to delay you. This story, she will tell it only before she leaves Martinez, at the very end of her stay. Maybe there's something else I can assist you with while you're hot in pursuit. I'm not ready to kick Joyce out of the harbor yet. I'm sorry, what? No, spoilers, sorry.
Back. Good. What can I help you with?
Anything else about the boat? No. Anything else about Wild Pines? Ha! 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 What we do. Yeah, there's a point there. So what did they do? The Wild Pines Group. Yes, I already had that one. Oh, no, I didn't. The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Ravasholian Indo-tribes. Companies are awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain, himself, centuries ago. This king is long gone, but several of the Indo-tribes remain. Who are the other Indo-tribes? Saint-Baptiste, Lum, an unknown entity known as Brightest Star. We did have the 15th Indo-tribe thought for a while. You're in good company. Why, thank you. She doesn't register the real meaning of the remark. How much money? Wow. Yeah, it probably helps to start out with a royal monopoly. You know more than you let on. She takes a sip and looks you over afresh. Certainly it helped, but most of the original Indo-tribes have failed or been absorbed. To survive, Wild Pines had to grow and adapt. No suzerain did that. That's all for that. Do I have any more about the strike? No. Let's talk about the lynching. No. Reality. No, I have no reason to go back down these, even though our higher intelligence skills would help us a lot with that. Aw, she actually looks kind of comfortable. How many points do I have? 3. No reason.
The waves are beginning to die down.
That's still roll of 15.
Simmer down.
Simmer down. Yeah, thanks there, Stickly. So then, pray tell, what, if anything, are we doing out here? Well, we are not any longer. Excuse me? Kim, we still have a body to send to processing. That is correct. Are you saying that you have no further use for me today? I'm saying, Kim, that... Yeah, I guess I am. Okay. That's it? Okay. Detective, I've learned to trust your unusual methods and instincts. With as few questions
Hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
as possible. Well, thank you for that. Okay, let's see. So that. Sorry, bud, you're not getting your card back. No. Huh. All right. That's everything. And since I've passed up all opportunities to get bribes, we are running out of ways to make the dollars. Good thing I scored a place to stay for free. What will you be doing while I'm gone? Mostly reading case files. Case files. Kim, I need to understand more of who I was. I see. Let's bag him, Kim. Take him away. All right. He takes out a shiny black body bag and starts pulling up the plastic over the dead man's face. I will need a little help carrying him. You take the ankles, and I'll get the wrists. Yeah, it's come down to this, huh? All right, bag the corpse. Drag it to the motor carriage. That's it? That's pretty unceremonious. Alright, how much suggestion clothes do I have? Not very, I don't think. I just overemphasized turning my head as if you could visibly see it. 1. That's empathy. Dang it. That's 1. Okay. Oversized superstar sunglasses. Is your own stardom too dazzling for your eyes? Can't bear to look at your fabulous reflection in the mirror? Then these classic oversized sunglasses are for you. +1 savoir-faire. Dazzling reflexes. -1 viscalc. The mirror lies. Oh, God. Found Peepo. Peepo. The small wire framing the inside of this futuristic-looking fallen Peepo hat gives it the aerodynamic shape of a swoop skier's helmet, but none of its protective qualities. Covers the wearer's ears and eyebrows to bring down the drag coefficient. Oh, God. All right. Let's just hang on to that for now. We need to get to Frit before it closes. Excuse me? Huh. I guess I hadn't gotten that before. Alright, I need to roll a 15. I've got, what, 4? 4. I could have a 5, so then I'd have to roll a 10 or higher. 10 or higher is what? 17%? 1 bottle. 10 cents. 80 cents. Great. Great, I'll get my stuff. 17 or higher. Alright, so if I go from 17 to 28 to 42, if I dumped all my current skill points, which I don't want to do, but it's one of the only ways to pull this off without the lieutenant around. And 42 is still not a lot.
The Copper-nado is back. What do you want?
Hey, have you done this yet? It says it was different, but that only means that Kim's not here. Do you have anything different if I... Hello again, gendarme. Bye-bye. Alright, fine. Oh, it's close. Ah, you folks are all here. You can continue to stay there. I don't want to talk to you until Kim's here. Hey! This is important, folks. For physique. I'm still smoked up. Hey, could I have some of your brew? Oh, he does put it in a cup. Okay. And hands it to me. Thank you. Why is that important? Where is it? I had him turn up the heat, air quote. But, woo! Oh, especially when you turn up the alcohol content. This used to be bugged, and it would give you 2 physique, I think, but also be permanent. 1 point would have been permanent. Does that still work? Probably not, but I had to try it. Kind of like the way this is 5 now, and we started with 2. Sorry. Intellect. I'm sorry, +3 from cigarettes? Yeah, so something is not entirely functioning 100% properly in the things that add an extra point when you are imbibing, as it were. Because, 21 minutes left of smoking. Is that Gary? Yeah, that's Gary. I am not singing without my partner. I'm right here! Not you. What else did I say I was gonna do? I'm sure there were things and or stuff. This is a dangerous proposition. Do I have any new dialogue with Klasia? And do I really want to have that conversation alone? So many loading screens.
I was just thinking what a nice evening it is for taking part in a murder investigation.
So wait. Does that mean burning all that
I was just thinking what a nice evening
means I'm fully back up to...
taking part in a murder investigation.
Huh. How have I never really noticed that? I guess I didn't go around routinely damaging myself the last time I did this. Alright, so we're burning 1 point. I know, I'll just take some pure Holodont. Kim, I hope you can hear the look I'm giving you right now. Let me think. What unlocks psi checks? Guillaume de Millon will raise my learning cap, which is okay. I haven't gotten... That'll cost me a half-light and a spot. I'm thinking too hard. Alright, so that roundabout will cost me 2 points because I will need to empty a thought cabinet spot as well. I don't want to dump that. Really, I'm going to dump that as soon as it's complete because it is for plot and or story purposes only. Alright, so that is a plan for tomorrow. Does not necessarily make anything easier today. Okay. Well, that works. I mean, we are a bumbling police officer. We don't have plans and forethought. That would be a terrible idea. I thought this would have been different by now. But I need it. I mean, I don't need it, but I need it! I'm not even gonna look over their way. Alright, might just be time to check out the bookstores. I've only been meaning to go in there and milk some time off my clock for ages now. Can't do the missing persons thing because Kim's car has the radio. Ooh. Ooh.
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer.
I like playing in the dark. Sharpens your nocturnal instincts. Feels like being on a recon again.
Composure. How do I feel about composure? And why is it important to me? Well, it just is.
I like playing in the dark. Sharpens your nocturnal instinct.
Alright, composure. I think that might be the only thing. I think it might be the only... Oh, that's right. That's a minus composure. Minus. And motorics is affected by speed and not alcohol. While I'm thinking about it, let's Oh, wow. All right. Things that are not okay to do in front of two old men.
I like playing in the dark. Sharpens your nocturnal instincts. Feels like being on a recon again.
So, what is it? This is important, okay?
I like playing in the dark.
Work! Okay. As Rene turns from you to his partner and back, the metals on his chest rattle and glare. He keeps his spine straight and his ribcage lifted, displaying them proudly. How many metals are there? 2. The larger one is shaped like a cross, while the smaller metal resembles the sun. Look at the cross. A crowned head in front of 2 crossed rifles. The metal hangs from a blue-striped triangle. This is the Croix Cross of Valor. The cross was the highest battlefield decoration in Suzerain's armed forces, awarded for exceptional bravery in the line of service, in the line of duty in service of King Frisel I. Really? I thought... Look at the sun. A small blue star inside an orange sun. It has the word Valiance written below. The setting sun was a decoration used to distinguish seasoned combat veterans in service of King Frisel I during the Revolution. Hey, the Cross of Bravery and the Setting Sun, did you get those for bravery? That's what I was going to say. Bravery. I'm sure, but I also know this uniform's reputation. You were also wondering if I got these for rape, or killing babies. No, I really wasn't. I'm just asking. Honor is everything to me, he says with grim finality. Whoa. Sounds like you're about to open the gates of conversation. This man will literally talk your ear off if you let him wander off to memory lane. So what did you get the medals for? For doing my duty in the heat of battle, for looking my mortality in the eye when men like Gaston here hid in the bushes and shot themselves. He saved some muddy princeling who foolishly strolled into the front line in his gown of velvet and gold. Saved a princeling? It was on the first month of the revolution here in Revachol. Unrest was spreading like wildfire. Marauders had taken most of the Coran and were getting really ambitious. King Frisel thought he could end it all in one decisive strike. Sent his cousin Dressan to put an end to the unrest. The old carabiner runs his fingers over the larger medal. Alas, the young Dressan was all peace and no vinegar, wearing a tunic of purple velvet and cockatoo feathers to battle. Even his rifle was gold-plated, shown from 5 clicks away. Can you imagine the asininity? He really despises that Dressan fellow. What a dandy! To keep the long and bloody story short, Dressan marched just against the partisans in Coron. And when I say march, I mean made us walk into captured enemy territory, single file like toy soldiers, while he rode on in front on his giant red stallion. The rebels were smart. They let us come real close before opening fire. Suffice to say, it was carnage. Did the roan stallion survive? Must have been a bloodbath. I got shot in the left shoulder and went down. Just a flesh wound. But just as I turned over, the prince fell into the mud next to me. He was missing his lower jaw. Then his horse, driven mad by the noise and smell of gunpowder, stepped on my leg and shattered my knee. He pats his right thigh. It's painful to even think about. Hang on to the story. Veterans get sentimental after such retellings. This might yield something useful. Okay, what did you do? I grabbed my sidearm and shot the beast in the head. Then everything went black. Capitaine Arnaud, le flot des chevaux! The bane of horses. When I came to, he was all over. It was just me and Jolles Dressan, gurgling in the blood-soaked mud right next to me. The dink had taken numerous flesh wounds and lost a lot of blood, but despite missing his jaw, he seemed hesitant to die. Tougher than he looked, that one. Now, that would never happen to Johnny Lawjaw. My jaw is tight. Right. So I grabbed the prick and started crawling. Kept going until the 59th Cavalry picked us up. Through some miracle, we both survived. And the jawless freak convinced Frisel to give me a medal for not leaving him to die in his own blood, piss and shit. He was the commanding officer, and I was just on duty, just doing my job. Shouldn't hand out medals for that. 13 months later, I received the Sun for distinguished service. It's not worth mentioning. You sense he's downplaying. He did a lot more than his duty, more than anyone's duty. It's in his spine, in his billowing breast, an untarnished self-worth. Why do you hate Drisant so much?
Because he was a goddamn dandy. Had no business leading men or even being on the battlefield. All he was related. That's it. Royal blood alone doesn't make army commanders. He was a stupid kid, only interested in horses, hairstyle, and man-loving. Tuh. And 782 Royal Carabiners were dead because of his incompetence.
Yeah, I'm with you, Rhetoric. I'm with you twice, Encyclopedia. Sounds like you're being modest, Renee. The old carabiner stands quietly, like a statue, his features motionless. What Monsignor Modesty is not telling you is that he crawled over 7 kilometers before the cavalrymen found him and Drisant. 2 days later, that was. That even whilst crawling with a mangled, half-dead prince on his back, he still managed to murder 3 rebels on his way. Is that pride in his voice? It's deep down, but maybe even unbeknownst to the man himself. It's there. Hold on, you're just a little bit proud of his heroics, aren't you? Sorry, officer, but you're reading me all wrong. I'm a man of peace, and these kind of bloody heroics are only impressive to men like Rene himself. Certainly not to me. Yeah, no. How did you find this story to be, officer? Now, this does not seem like a moment for me to express an opinion. I don't want to risk it.
Bon Dieu, you and Gaston must be related. His blood runs yellow, too.
Maybe. But also bear in mind, officer. He points to the sun-shaped medal on Renee's chest. They don't hand these out for anyone with a service record. Oh, no, you have to get shot repeatedly. And you have to get your hands bloody, too. Really, really bloody.
Do not speak of what you know nothing about, Poltron. Duty is something you will never understand.
Thanks for the story, Renee.
Bah! There are many such stories in these days. Many such men, too. True Ravacholians. Men with backbone.
Oh, yes, Renee, yes. Men were bigger, girls were prettier, and everyone was a fascia. Lord, bring those days back, please, if you can.
I'm not getting into this with you again. Officer, was there anything else?
You should try to come up with a heroic war story of your own. Impress this old soldier. This is a terrible idea, he said, considering it. All right, first off, smokes, still active. Drama. We are going to be Johnny Drama.
Victory!
I'm a little over time-ish. I don't care. Ugh. That frickin' coat. Yeah! That's everything, isn't it? He said, blatantly lying. I don't have any minuses, do I? No. I thought I had like a drama glasses, but that's probably wishful thinking. Yeah, all right.
I like playing in the dark. Sharpens your nocturnal instincts. Feels like being on a recon again.
Go long, go deep, go unconventional.
Renee, My story doesn't have gunfire, blood, or spilled guts, but let me give you a different take on heroism.
Sure, officer. Let's hear your take.
Imagine just flickering into existence from nothingness.
I'm not following you.
He'll get it. Don't worry, just continue. He's gonna be impressed. Imagine knowing nothing but the sweet oblivion, only to wake into unbelievable pain. Right when you are willing to do just about anything to make it stop, you open your eyelids. And realize you've pushed yourself too far, past the point of no return.
You're talking about getting blackout shit-faced drunk and going into delirium, right?
I'm talking about so much more than that.
How so, then?
I still feel terrible, Renee. Sickly, panicky, outright sad. You named it.
And I thought getting my knee shattered and surviving on rat carcasses in the trench was bad. Here, have one of my medals. You've earned it, officer.
Your sarcasm will be your undoing, old man. Extremely rigid principles this old soldier has. They don't leave room for a change of heart or backing out. The medal is yours. Do I really want to do that? I'm not comfortable with that. No. No.
Can we get back to our game now?
He mumbled.
You certainly had me fooled.
I was very tempted to take that, but I, as a person, okay, maybe our Harry wouldn't have minded doing it so much, but I do. I don't feel good about doing that in this game. At some point, I probably am, just to see how it plays out. Because that's the kind of person I am. My brain just, I want to experiment. I want to see what I can do. But I am the kind of person who feels bad about doing the bad thing in the video game. I feel guilty about some things, even in virtual settings. It's an interesting phenomenon, and I don't have a good word for it. It just happens. I mean, if I could have just backpedaled and said, it's a neck item, it's what, +1, rhetoric, question mark? And I don't need that. But really the answer is, I don't mind being authentic and vulnerable about the fact that I get uncomfortable at some of this stuff. It's harder when the, air quote, evil option is realistic, like in this game, where the option isn't save the orphanage or burn the orphanage, you know, and also kick a puppy on your way out. But where the options are, say, sacrifice your own money to help the orphanage, hope that the orphanage works out, or maybe ensure. I can't even come up with a compelling scenario on the spot that makes evil both plausible and reasonable, and still distinctly bad, but not completely odious. I don't know, man. I don't know, folks. Trying to be better about language in that regard. Yeah, that was a whole lot of rambling to say not a lot. Thank you for your time. I spent a lot of points on that. But composure is going to be useful to us. If you noticed, composure is giving us a lot of information that we would otherwise be reading from people in the form of empathy. Which, as you can see, is not a strong suit for us. And I appreciate that. It's as if the game knew that there was going to be a marked difference between a physical-bodied character and a psyche-bodied character, and a brain-bodied character. Because these top skills are so wildly different than these that it's good to have a skill that kind of does similar things for different reasons and gives different results in both overall broad categories. But I have been rambling for too long. This has been Disco Elysium, or Elysium, I still don't know. And I have still been Maxwell Damage, and this is still the end of a recording.